I've had this footage sitting on a hard drive for a long time. Hey guys, today we're going to be working on a Porsche Cayman 987. As you can see, yellow side markers, the US spec ones, and my lights, they're the non-xenon, the standard halogens. So step one, well, this is when I should give you some info. They're not xenon, they're not halogen. It's an H7 bulb replacement that uses LEDs. So I was a bit hesitant a couple of years ago, but I'd first heard about the LED lights, but these are, according to the box, it's 5th gen, but European spec side markers with their factory bulb. And I'm also upgrading that. I wanted to switch that to LEDs as well. Got these from JDM Toy. It's part number 10-289 white. So let me give you some info on the bulbs in case they turn out good. But yeah, it's just the H7 connector here. This plugs into your factory harness. LED 40-811 white. Yeah, fifth gen is what it stands for. Headlight LED. If it's your first time taking these off, I really recommend this. You take your fingers, slide back, just as far as back as it'll go. What is that? Just enough to get your fingers in, get the leading edge to come up, and just pop forward. Once that happens, you just have to clear the ventilation hose. I washed this car this afternoon, so it's still a little damp. But you got this out. Press here, pull the connector back, and you release the old side marker. If you simply purchase these with and you're happy with that bulb, just pop them in. Bulb out, take it, turn it, what is that, counterclockwise, pull that out, and it's simply the wedge style bulb. Wedge it out, you got that put together. One thing that I'm concerned about, we'll find out what it looks like, is the lighting pattern. There you have it, the clear marker. Take out the bulb. Yeah, and after thinking about it a little bit, yeah, last night I did the experiment, I flipped it over and it doesn't light up. So there is a polarity to this. I just kind of put it in, see what happens. If it doesn't, take it back out. Okay. Once it's installed, slide it back. Click. So I'm pressing the back first, pushing. That doesn't seem to work. Oh, cool. I forgot to mention this. LEDs flicker on camera. It's like watching an episode of Top Gear with any of the new stuff. Anyway, got a little temperature gun. And the LED side is at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Move over to this side, and our passenger side, 107 degrees Fahrenheit. So let me take a couple more readings just to make sure I'm not getting around that same range, 107. Accessing toolkit. In here, the manual calls it a socket wrench, but that's right. That's all you need. I just stuck this back to get it out of the way. But this guy, it's included in the factory tools. As news, when I was doing the temperature testing, when I had one LED and one halogen light in, you know, I tried to drive the car around for half an hour to get a good solid temperature, and the warning light intermittently came up. You know, the bulb out warning. So anyway, pull this out. Same thing. Insert your headlight tool so that the arm is facing 180 degrees towards the rear. Don't know why I have more trouble on this side. Oh, there it goes. So swing down, pop forward, shove the light out, and rest back to the downward position. No, whatever, I'll figure it out. I don't know why, but this side seems to fall out more easily. Grab it. Pull the light out. Up. Saw the bulb out message on my dashboard. I concluded I needed to get a set of these error cancelers. These are the H7 fitments, so they should just plug right in. Yeah, these looked, just looking at the pictures online, I couldn't really find dimensions, but these seem to be some of the smaller sets. So you've got your 4 Phillips screws around the bottom and the sides, and then the 3 tabs. 1, 2. Yeah, I was really bummed out that the my super clean install on the first light didn't work out. Okay. Alright, bottom one's off. 2. There we go. So now to remove the H7, the factory one. So take off the harness. I honestly got a little practice on this now. Wrap this behind that. Press down, and you can see the hook here on the side. So press down, go over, release the hook, and this will bind a little. You can just wiggle it back and it'll come off. Don't touch that. Zip ties, so zip tie this to that. I'm just bending them so that they have a little bit of a shape and they can curl back. So I have to remember, I'm going to try to draw an X across this. So if it's on that side of the wire, I'll just zip tie it on this side. And the opposite for the other one. So I'm going to feed this and make sure it's on this side of the wire and bring it back over. And there we go. Let me try it this way. That works. So now that these two are attached, that wire went down underneath, it's fed through here, connected there. Okay, tin snip these off. Don't cut any wires. Yeah, I took the bulb out just to make this wiring easier. So positive to positive. These I couldn't figure out a polarity. Yeah, because of this shape, it doesn't really snap in right away. You have to put it in sideways. So keep the tab to the side. Bring the locking arm around, get it past, and once you're at that position, come up, click in, and then you can lock the arm finally down. That's there. Plug the ballast in. Let's just see if this thing even closes. Hopefully it does. Yeah, down here you just got enough clearance with that fitting. We'll give it the shake test as well. The manual says open up these heat sinks so that it can dissipate the heat. I know some of these kits come with like a fan. I don't know, I didn't like the idea of a fan being necessary inside an enclosed headlight. So that's that. Let's tuck that forward. That seems fine. Okay, I'm going to close it up, give it a shake, let's see what happens. Yeah, for the shake test, you don't need to put the screws in. Just make sure you're not pinching anything along the edge. Yeah, that'll sit nicely. Yeah, the real test will be driving it. I'll check on it in a few hundred miles. I don't hear anything. But this bar is not exactly down, but kind of towards the back a little bit. You gotta get these pins into these guides here. I really like this mechanism, how Porsche designed it. Anyway, get the pins in, slide, and as you press the light down, you have to, I'll show you the lever, but yeah, press it down and push the lever back a little. Let me reframe. So as you press the light in, yeah, obviously you can push it back out. Press the light in, and at the same time, turn this lever all the way. Oh, that's it. That was a good snap. You can always check it by getting your fingers under. You just won't pull it back out. With that pop that you heard, that's the mechanism engaging. Once that's back, take your rubber plug, put it back in. Okay. And then put this fastener back on. It's twist, push, not really sure how it works, but it's on. Clear your seal, and tuck the carpet back into its place. You're done. On to the other side. So we've got both LEDs installed on both of the warning cancelers. this is the light test. These are both factory halogens. And then that's lights on. Flash the high beam just to get a good test. That's high, that's low. So here we are at the same street. Both LEDs are installed this time. Okay, so that's lights on. And then I'll flash the highs for you. Just subjectively, without me, I haven't realigned the headlights or anything. It feels like the far reaches of the light have increased. And then here, close by, it doesn't have the two clear, distinct hot spots. It seems to be more evenly dispersed. Get out of here before traffic keeps coming up. Pulled out warning message is still there. I concluded that the iBoltLink warning cancelers have been the best ones, but now I'm going to try just what I didn't want to use because they're just, standard old resistors and they get hot, but you've got those and got the connectors. They're really wire taps, that's what I call these. Look, the warning, resistor will get hot, please mount it to metal. That's why I didn't want to, these weren't my first choice to put in the car, but I'm going to figure out where I can zip tie these, or I may end up drilling the car, we'll see. Let me take a look. I've decided where to mount it. Now I just concluded that these red wires are a little too short, so I'm going to extend them out. Solder some new pieces on. I'm going to give it, a foot on each side, and then we'll cut off the excess. So I'm in the process of soldering these on. I tinned both tips of the resistor. I'm using, what is this? 18 gauge. For those of you that want to do the clean install, you have a single joint and a single piece of wire. I've gone ahead and cut that off. Let's see if we can get that through. These work, they've got a little hole in them. So what you do is you heat up, obviously cut it off and take the insulation off with the pliers first, and you just kind of brush it off. Okay, once you've got that, strip your new wire. It should go through nicely. Let's see. I'm going to go with the bend upwards. Alright, that should give me a nice joint. Pull it taut. Walk you through where we're going to do the install. Decided to, without drilling any holes in the car, there's these two holes for the headlight aiming. And I've concluded that there's enough clearance to get a zip tie on this side, which is towards the rear of the vehicle. The zip tie can be there without interfering with the tool. So get the Allen key through the holes, past the zip tie to adjust the headlight, so you'll be fine. And I've chosen here to make my cut to expose the wires that we need. The colors we're going to go with are the brown, which is ground, and the yellow, which is the positive for the low beam headlights. And I've selected the sheath and my location, but don't cut the wire. So what you do is you come in, you pinch it with your fingers, mark where you want to make the cut, pinch it again to make sure there's nothing there, and once you get the first cut, should be easy to get the rest of them. But just keep repeating that, you know, pinch it, get the wires out of the way, and make the cut. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. We can expose the wires there. You can also use a razor blade if you like. There is a fun little snag here. These pins are the ones that I concluded are the low beam headlight. Bad news, there's 2 brown wires. So I think I'm just gonna go with the good old-fashioned stab one and test it and see what you get. I just got lucky. I went eeny meeny on the wires. I chose the upper one. The terminal that you want to get, there you go. So I've just got the DMM to test for continuity. And that you would test for the ground on the low beam head circuit. I just kind of picked one of the brown wires, stabbed it, and sheath to expose the wires so I can get the taps around them. This is my location for the install, or the gonna hang the resistor. I'll let you guys know if it melts anything later. I don't think they're gonna get drastically hot. I might do take a temperature later just for curiosity. Okay, get that one around, and then I'm gonna come in underneath, back over, through the little eyelet that it has. And then just tighten them up. That's it. So, now that you've tightened these up, snip off the excess. Just don't be hesitant to, loosen these up a little. Really makes getting the harness into the tap easier. See how it's gone, the little hood has gone completely around both of those. Bottom one, to minimize its, to minimize it putting a strain on the solder joint at the resistor. I'm gonna zip tie it here as well. Give it enough slack to come down, come up. So we'll snip it off there. I've made sure to that my yellow wire is inside the tap. Come in, same thing, check it with your nail, make sure you got enough material there. And next thing is just give it a squeeze. So to give it the final squeeze, you definitely want to be on the side that it's open. Nice square down. And we're good. Now I'm simply going to wrap up a little electrical tape here and then zip tie that point where I said to minimize the strain on the wire. I've only done it on this side
I'm hesitant to jump straight into the other side due to the experiences I've had with putting in the cancellers and having the Porsche computer not like it, so. So after that, just electrical tape this. It's not super necessary. This isn't a, you know, heavily exposed area, but for peace of mind, I'm going to. All the final zip ties I ended up doing here to prevent the sheath from tearing any further. Here as well. This one's just to prevent cable strain. Both of these are zip tied to this harness for same thing for cable strain. That goes straight to the resistor and that leads down to the resistor. And then both of these are for the mounting of the resistor. Now I'm just going to tape it up and reinstall the lights. Everything lays. Press down and simultaneously pull back to this. So you hear that nice snap. Pull the tool out. Pull with your fingers, make sure you can't release the headlight. Replace the rubber plug. And put the carpet back. Now let's see if the error message went away. Well, this one's never been present, so it just shouldn't appear. I've got some shitty news for people doing this mod. I'm uploading this today. It is December of 2016, and when I go to this history here, and I try to order them, it takes you to this page. They're gone. You can get an H7, but it won't be an error canceller. You have to pick an H8 with an error canceller for an LED headlamp, and it'll look like these. And you have to cut off the terminals, which are for the H11s, and make your own. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative, useful, and don't forget to click that subscribe button if you want to see more like this. In this freshly uploaded video, it is December of 2016. I've had this footage sitting on a hard drive for a long time, but here, let me click the seatbelt on so you guys see that there are no messages whatsoever. Anyway, seatbelt's on, lights can come off, turn on. If you guys like this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Pretty soon I'm going to be uploading how to do the fog lamps, you know, remove and replace, as well as a comparison video, the first one I've ever done, with the 718 Cayman. Yes, the new 4-cylinder car. It's really a in-cabin sound comparison video of the 718 versus this old first generation 987 Cayman. It looks on the lock and unlock, the home setting